Hey guys, I thought I'd make a sort of 15 or so tips that might be helpful for you guys to know about for Fortnite Save the World, either early game, mid game, or late game. Some of this is repeat information that I mentioned in other videos, but I figured it'd be something of value and something helpful. So I hope you guys enjoy, and hopefully you'll learn something you maybe didn't know about already. So I know I said this in a couple other videos, but one additional way to squeeze out extra Survivor XP when you're working on increasing your level is to use this. Eventually you'll get this if you continue down the storyline missions, guys. You'll get this. It's an infinite Survivor transform key for an epic Survivor. Once you do that, you can just sort of recycle dumb defenders that you don't want, or any sort of schematic that you don't need, rather than recycling it. If you don't need the XP, you still get the recycling XP for doing that this way, so it's always worth doing this just to get some extra Survivors. Notice at the bottom it uses people, and people you'll get from doing Survivor, Rescue the Survivor missions. That's probably the best way to do it. You can also get some from expeditions and so on. So that's why doing Rescue the Survivors, if you're just going for Survivor XP, doing a Rescue the Survivors that also awards Survivor XP will be the most effective, because you'll get people at the end of it and Survivor XP, and then you can use the people to then get more of these transform Survivors and so on. It's not that common to do blue glow siphons early game, but later on it becomes very convenient. Any category 3 or 4 storms, ride the lightning, or deliver the bomb missions that require 3 or 4 blue glow, you'll get all 4 blue glow after doing 1 successful defense on blue glow siphon. You'll also get a small reward out of it.
Give me a minute.
Even if you fail the defense, you'll still get 2 blue glow. So you do 2 failed ones and you have 4. Use a collection book sort of as your guide for everything unknown about heroes and guns that you might want to find out, especially if you're shopping around to find something that has a good squad bonus and might work for your character. You can always just go into the collection book and see what you might be on the prowl for from a llama, or keep your eye out for. You can go in here, always view all their abilities, and then you can scroll to the right and see what their support or tactical bonus might give. You can also view guns, pretty much every gun in the game aside from maybe a few certain event items will be listed on here, so you can look at the basic statistics of all the different kinds of guns, impact, durability, the base of all that stuff. You can also level up guns that you have slotted in your collection book, although remember, you can't actually unslot them. Once you've slotted something in your collection book, it's there permanently. But if you're getting really close to that level 100 in the collection book and you don't really have that many things to put in there, but you have a ton of XP, you can just kind of level them up. Also, by pressing X here, you can find out what rewards are going to be coming up. In case you didn't already know, in the Armory tab, you can locate your storage and actually have access, quick and easy access to your base Storm Shield defense storage. So if you're working on constructing your base, sometimes it's a good idea to just go into missions with like an Outlander, collect a bunch of metal and brick and stuff like that, then just transfer it into your storage, and then when you're ready to actually do work on the base, you can just go in there and have all the materials and stuff in there, like 5,000 wood and 5,000 metal and stuff. The event store has rotating items. It's always worth taking a look at, especially every 3 days. If you're playing the game consistently, it's always worth, actually, in my opinion, getting all the lightning, getting all the raindrops. It's just an easy way to get an extra of all that stuff. Plus, you can get access to some legendary weapons that you may not have otherwise had access to. Recently, they had a mythic hero and so on, and this time they have a legendary hero. So if you're playing the game and constantly getting Spring It on gold, it's always worth getting that stuff. Another thing within the weekly items that you can always get is these legendary Flux or epic Flux and so on. So maybe you have a hero that you like and you don't have the legendary version. Over time, just by getting these all the time, you'll eventually be able to turn them into a legendary. So it's worth getting at least a stock of them in case you ever get a hero that you want to upgrade. Going over to your quest tab will show you any of the main quests you're on, any of the events that are taking place, as well as the daily quests. The daily quests you'll get once a day, obviously, and that's a easy way to get your V-Bucks and your daily coins, which is a currency you can spend in the event tab. Also, side quests are worth doing. Notice mine, the only thing left are some Storm Shield defenses that I didn't get to, but if you do all of them throughout the game, some of them will award you huge chunks of Survivor XP, like 100,000 plus, so it's worth doing all of them. The play with others option allows you to just join a random group. Sometimes it's a daily requirement. If you check your daily quest, that's what that is. You also get a plus 20% bonus XP for completion. You can attempt to find a random group that's currently on the mission of your storyline, or just enter a custom one or quick play. It's also a way to get into people's storm shield defenses if they happen to be searching for players or searching for help within the time that you press that. To find out if people are already in a mission so that you can join and it's easier to find a group, perhaps if you're in End Canny or somewhere where it's more difficult to find fellow people that are also doing the mission that you need to do for your main quests, you can press the A button on console or just search, and if it says no matches available, then there's not somebody currently in that group. So if you're just looking for something to do, you can select one of these until it says testing existing sessions, like this. That way you'll know one's already in progress, instead of joining an empty one and waiting until indefinite period of time for it to fill, or it may not fill with people at all, especially if it's really late at night or if it's a very specific thing that you're doing. This way you can check to see if somebody's working on a mission that you actually need at that time, and that if not, then you can just